Waliaulen, she was asking, is Kenya ready to roll out the vaccine once its efficacy has been established? What financial ramifications does it portend for Kenya? And what does it take to roll it out to the population?
The Pfizer and German biotechnology firm BioNTech vaccine is said to be 95% effective in protecting people against COVID-19. And this week, the United Kingdom became the first country to launch a large-scale immunization program, with the first dose being administered to a 90-year-old woman, Margaret Kenyan. The vaccine is administered in 2 doses, 3 weeks apart. Back home, talk of acquiring the vaccine remains just that. Reason? The country is still banking on the Chadox vaccine that is still in clinical trial stage in Kilifi County.
The vaccine might also be given emergency use authorization very shortly, in which case when it does, and we are already in some form of discussions on the availability of this vaccine when it becomes available.
But if the Pfizer vaccine is acquired in the country, it might take longer to be administered, as the only country in Africa that participated in the trials is South Africa, and there will be need for the vaccine to be evaluated in Kenya first.
It is important to generate the evidence required to sort of generalize the use of this vaccine in different populations.
Considering that the developed countries have been in a rush to acquire the vaccine, the question is, where does Kenya and Africa lie in this global health equation?
For these countries, either through a mechanism of self-financing or through a support provided through the World Bank and Gavi, there will be access to vaccines as they become available.
Dr. Rudy Eggers says that not everyone will be able to get the vaccine.
Elderly populations, people with comorbidity, those people that we know that are most severely affected by the disease surely should be vaccinated first.
But efforts to acquire COVID-19 vaccine remain sluggish, with less preparation seen to take place in acquiring the Pfizer vaccine. For example, the Pfizer vaccine is stored at -70 degrees Celsius before being administered and can only be moved 4 times within that cold chain before being used. This might be a challenge in the country, as there are only few ultra-low temperature freezers which can provide sufficient storage to the vaccines in the country. Questions also abound on Kenyans' ability to order for the vaccines. For example, if the vaccine costs 100 shillings per dose, for 40 million Kenyans, it will cost 4 billion. With Pfizer, 2 doses are needed for efficacy, meaning, with our assumption, it will cost 8 billion shillings. Can the Kenya Treasury cough out such an amount of money to save its citizens? Even so, does the country has a clear roadmap when it comes to acquisition of COVID-19 vaccine and its rollout? This only remains to be seen in future. Building Waliaula, KTN News.
Great. I need us to take a look at what your standard newspaper will have tomorrow, largely consisting